Good morning, everybody. Welcome to all of you in the online classes conducted by Krantiru Vasantrao Naranrao Naik Shikshan Prasarak Sanstha, Nasik. I am Darade GM from Madhyamik Vidya Mandir, Brahmanwade, Taluka, Sinnar. Today we are going to study the mathematics part 2, the third chapter, circle. Now we are going to study some concepts regarding to the circle which are we have already studied in the last standard or previous standard. We know the circle, the radius, diameter and chord are some concepts regarding to the circle. What is meant by radius? The distance between any 2 points on the circle and the center of the circle is called as a radius. See in the figure, the point A is the center of the circle and C is the point on the circle, and therefore the segment AC is called as the radius of the given circle. Then diameter. The length of the chord passing through the center is called as the chord. The chord DE is passing through center A and therefore the segment DE is called as the diameter. Then chord. The segment joining any 2 points on the circle is called as the chord. In the figure, the point E and point F lies on the circle and therefore the segment joining the point E and F is called as the chord. Now we can see the interior part and exterior part of the circle. We know that the point E, F, C and D all lies on the circle. The point H lies in the interior part of the circle and such parts are called as the such points which lies on the interior part are called as the interior or the internal points. In the figure, the point G lies on the exterior part of the circle. Now, we have also already studied the congruent circles. What is meant by congruent circles? The circles having equal radii is called as the congruent circles. In the given figure, the circles having center E, A and E are the congruent circles. Then the concentric circles. Concentric means the common center. The circles having a common center is called as the concentric circles. In the given figure, the two circles are given having the same center. Then we can see the intersecting circles. The circles which intersect to each other in a single point or in a 2 points is called as the intersecting circles. Now we can see the another property regarding to the chord. The perpendicular drawn from a center of a circle to a chord bisects the chord. It means when the segment joining, we can draw the perpendicular from a center of the circle on a chord, that it divides the chord in two equal parts. In the figure, segment AD is perpendicular to chord BC, and therefore the segment AD divides the chord BC into two equal parts, that is BD and CD. Therefore, segment BD is equal to segment CD. Its converse of this property, the segment joining the midpoint of a chord and center of a circle is perpendicular to a chord. In the figure, the AD and in the figure, the BD is equal to CD, means D is the midpoint of the segment BC. We can join the center A of the circle and the point D, which is the midpoint of the segment chord. Then it forms the angle ADB, and angle ADC is equal to 90 degree. It means the segment joining the midpoint of a chord and the center of a circle is perpendicular to that chord. Then the chords which are equidistant from the center are equal in length. In figure, the segment AG is equal to segment AF. It means in the given figure, the two chords are given, the chord BD and BE, and we have drawn the perpendicular from the center A, that is AG and AF are the perpendiculars drawn on a chord, and therefore this chord, the chord are equidistant. If these chords are equidistant from the center, then these chords are equal, that is chord BD is equal to chord BE. Opposite to its converse, the congruent chords of a circle are equidistant from the center. If the two chords are congruent, then they are equidistant from the center. In the given figure, the chord BD and chord BE are congruent, that is chord BD chord congruent chord BE, and if these chords are congruent, then they are equidistant from the center. Therefore, the segment AG is equal to segment AF. Then we have seen the circles passing through the different points. At first, we can see the circles passing through one point. If we have taken any point on a plane, in a plane, then we can draw the circle having center A passing through this given point. Then we can take another center C and draw a circle. Then it also passes through these points. In this way, we can take the different points in the plane and taking a radius, we can draw a circles of different radius. All these circles passes through the given point. It means that in the plane, in one point, an infinite circles passes through a unique point. Then we can see the circles passing through 2 points. We can take in the figure, we can take the point A and point B in the plane. Then draw a segment AB. Then we can draw the perpendicular of the segment AB. Then taking any point on the perpendicular as a center and draw a different circles. All these circles passes through the point A and B. It means infinite circles passes through any 2 points. Then we can see the circles passing through 3 points. There are 2 conditions. If the points are non-collinear and the points are collinear. At first we can see if the points are non-collinear, then draw the circles passing through these 3 points. At first we can take the point A, B and C in the plane. Join these 3 points, we can draw the triangle ABC. Then we can draw the perpendicular of any 2 sides of this triangle, and these 2 perpendiculars of the given sides intersect to each other in a single point. Taking this point as a center and draw a circle passing through these 3 points. We can draw only one circle passing through the 3 points if these points are non-collinear. Then we can see the second condition if the points are collinear. In the figure we have drawn the point A, B and C are the collinear points. Then we can observe that when we can draw the segment joining any 2 points, then the perpendicular of these segments are parallel to each other. They cannot be intersect to each other, and therefore we can't draw any circle passing through these 3 points when these points are collinear. Remember that, students, an infinite circle passes through one point. Infinite circles passes through 2 distinct points, and there is a unique circle passing through 3 non-collinear points, and no circle can pass through 3 collinear points. Thanks. The remaining part we can see to the next period. Thanks.